Well, now, guys, we did promise you a day in the life of a baker. I mean, what is your favorite thing to eat? I mean, is it a chocolate cake? You can just sit there and eat it all. Is it cheesecake? Is
Or
it
like the pies, you know?
For me, honestly, I'm not really. Sometimes I'm a sweet tooth, sometimes, but not all the time. But this baker, she has transformed me, and I just love baking. Love it. Let's take you to a day in the life of a baker. Today we're doing a day in the life of a baker, and I'm sitting here with Adjoa Kwafo, who is the creative director and baker behind Fine Things. You're going to find out more about them, how it started, what it's like to be a baker. So she's sitting here with me. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So tell me a bit about Fine Things and its starting up. When did it start? How did it start? How did you become a part of it?
Well, my mother started this company in the late 1900s. And initially, she was just making meat pies, and she did that for a very long time, and then we've just decided to take it to the next level.
So tell me about what you studied before you started doing this, because it's an interesting story, and I want to...
It's completely different to this. I actually did a fashion design degree. I've worked in fashion design and merchandising and buying, and I just decided it was time for a change, not a change, but sort of an additional career.
You just, I guess, followed your dream back home.
Because it's home, you know, you have to go home at the end of the day. It was a little difficult because, you know, when you've lived away for a long time, you get used to a different country, different cultures, different ways of getting things done. And especially when it's, you come back home and things are a little bit more difficult, especially, you know, in this culture, when you're a younger person, it's a little bit more difficult to get things done because of the age, you know. Our culture is based on age and how old you are and what you know more because you're older, and that sort of thing. So that was one of the more difficult things coming back. And then, you know, you have all the social and legal issues, and running a company in this country, it's not very straightforward and easy. It takes a longer time to get most of the basic things done in this country. So it was a little bit difficult, but you find your way around it and you learn to slow down, because when you slow down, you do get it done. I mean, I love cooking, I love baking. It's quite hard work though, because especially when you have functions and you've got a lot of people to deal with, you have to do a lot of different things, and you're on your feet from like crack of dawn to the end of the day. It doesn't end until the last guest is gone or until the last person has had the last slice of cake, more or less. So it's quite a difficult job, but it's very fun, and I guess that makes it easier to deal with, yeah.
And I see that aside from the baking, it's now a restaurant as well. How did that transition happen, and what are some of the cool things we can expect coming here?
We decided it was time to expand because, first of all, the first venue, as most of our customers will attest to, has run out of space. It's a little bit cramped in there. We don't have enough seating for sit-down guests. So we thought it's time to get more of a cafe-style eatery where you can sit down, have your local dishes, have some snacks, and, you know, in a nice environment, like a coffee shop you'll find anywhere around the world.
Can you tell us the process of all of this down to the end?
Yeah, the starting point is always design. You talk to the customer. What do they envision? You know, what do they want? And then when you've sorted the design out, then you have to get practical. Is it a man standing on one foot? Because that's not a practical cake, you know. If it's something a little bit more, you know, stable, you have to think about the flavor, because different textures of cake are different, they have different stability. So if you want something that's a little bit unbalanced, then you have to go for a cake that is slightly heavier, that can withstand, you know, the shaping and the stability issues. So you have to think about design, then you think about the flavor that you're going to use, and then you think about who you're serving as well. Because obviously, if you're young children, you have to make sure you're keeping it simple. If it's a middle-aged crowd, you know, you can go gourmet. With the older crowd, you have to go old school. Simple as that.
So you do, if I understand, there's some wedding cakes, some party cakes. What are those sort of stuff apart from, let's say, the bakery that you have? Do you?
We do dessert islands, which are sort of a sweet stop. It's not just for children. We do them for weddings, for engagements as well, where you have the centerpiece is the cake, and then you have all the different bits that go with it, like macarons, you have biscuits, you have cheesecakes, tiramisu, mousse, just a beautiful display of sweet stuff. That's the end to a great evening or a great afternoon. I guess the bottom line is you have to have a very good product, because food is one of the basic necessities of life. Food, clothing, shelter, Food, people can't live without food. But the thing is, people choose what food they want to eat, so your food has to be very good in order to draw people in. It's not just about the fact that they have to fill their tummies or it's convenient, but it has to be good to draw them in and to keep them coming back. I'm not going to say it's been easy, because that would be fooling everyone, but you have to be determined, and you have to make up your mind that this is what you're going to do, rain or shine. And once you've got that mindset, whatever hurdle comes your way, you figure out a way to get over it and get to the next level. And that's what keeps you going. You have to be determined that you're not giving up. That's even better than mine.
Okay.
Keep going. Okay, quickly, customers waiting.
I really think I ate too much.
I actually enjoy baking. I think it's
so
very
nice.
therapeutic, and
so nice.
honestly, if you want to bond with somebody, if it's a friend or a boyfriend or whatever, that's trying to do like a combination of something is because sometimes the measurements, you get them off, and then they ask you to do this, but then when someone goes, oh, make sure that it's fluffy could mean anything to everybody. Fluffy,
And what was your favorite cake, Crystal?
I'm boring. I like that red one. What's it called? The red velvet cake.
Ooh.
It sounds great. That's why I like it. Tastes good too.
The pies, I love their pies. It's amazing what she does. And I love that she came back to do it here instead of staying in England where she was before.
Yeah. Now, guys, as always, you can find all of these interviews on the Be Bold website, www.thebeboldshow.com, powered by Dream Oval. And on our Twitter, you can follow us at the Be Bold Show. At Be Bold Show, yes. And then also on our Facebook, you can like our fan page. You can write to us also again on either through our emails, on our website, whatever. If you know anyone that's completely bold, inspires you, and they're absolutely amazing, get on there, send us a little note about them and why we should interview them on the Be Bold Show, and we'll be sure to get to them. But that's it for now, guys. Our sponsors, as always, we have to thank them. Accents and Art, Wyomex, we've got Headlines for our hair, we've got Christy Brown for all of our outfits, Capture Your Memory Bank for the pictures that you see on the website, www.thebeboldshow.com, which is powered by Dream Oval. And that's all we have for you tonight.
It's been such a pleasure spending our time with you today, and we hope that you will be back next week.